Go look up Trey Reed. You want to talk about anybody that deserves attention right now? It's not CK. It's Trey Reed. As of this morning, he was a 21-year-old African-American student that went to the Delta State University in Mississippi. As of this morning, they found him unalived, hanging from a tree. Now, mind you, that when they found his body, apparently he had broken limbs, broken arms, broken legs, and he had bruises all over his body. But yet they just published an article stating that he did that to himself. No foul play. No, something's fishy's going on. I would want the surveillance footage to prove this. Justice for Trey Reed. Spread his name.
Forget all the Charlie Kirk situation right now. Let's go down to Mississippi. The name Trayvon Reed needs to ring all over the United States right now. 1, that is my cousin. 2, this is the second incident that has occurred within the last 5 years at this campus. Delta State University has had a run-in with me and their policemen. They tried to lock me up for no reason, and it didn't succeed in their favor. I went on a 9-month probation, and that's it. This year, just today, it was reported that my cousin was found hanging from a tree, and they trying to rule it as a suicide. Now, I just got off the phone with one of my cousins. She said she seen the reports, and it said that he was beaten and bruised. Both his arms was broken, and he had a broken leg. I'm gonna let y'all do the math. Now, this school has history for being racist. Even going all the way back to the 1980 situation that happened with the sit-in. I love to refer to that situation because that was one of the significant situations that happened with one of the black revolts that happened at the school. But still, I'm trying to be composed in this video, and I'm trying to keep it all together. But it's a lot of shit that happens on that campus that don't nobody do shit about. It was incidents before my big incident happened, and that I reported that nobody did nothing about. Somebody tried to report me for a hate crime, and they was the one being homophobic, transphobic, and being racist. And they was trying to lock me up until I had multiple people come out and speak against him. There was an incident that I reported that it was a group of white students in a white truck while I was a freshman. They yelled at me and my friends and called us a bunch of monkeys. Please do a deep dive on this. Please, 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 please do your research on this. Do not let them sweep nothing else under the rug. Enough is enough. It is 2025, and bullshit after bullshit after bullshit is still getting fed to us. Enough is enough. We gotta wrap it up.
Breaking news.
Bullshit. A body was found at Delta University this morning. His name was Trey Reed. Y'all, he was found hanging from a tree. Not only that though, y'all, the police first statement, they saying that there was no foul play suspect that quick. How? Y'all wanna know what's so fucked up? He said that his arms and his legs was broke, y'all, with bruises all over his body. So how would he be able to hang his own self? They trying to make it seem like it was a suicide. Mind you, this ain't happened in the middle of nowhere. This happened at the pickleball course. This is where a lot of traffic happens. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this young dude was battling, he did lose his life. If that really happened. R.I.P. to him and prayers to the family. It's just hard for us not to believe, but we believe because we done died so many times like this in history. Remember, y'all, this happened in Mississippi. Where's the footage at? I know they gotta have footage around that area. Just how they had all these people climbing on buildings and walking down the street and all this. Please show proof that he did this to himself. Show when he broke his own arms. It's not no hate crime. I mean, damn. Nobody can have their opinion just like y'all leaders like to have their opinion. I feel like this retaliation. Y'all having problems with the wrong group. Y'all taking it out on the wrong group and not yourself.
A 21-year-old student was found hanging from a tree. His name is TREY Reed at Delta State University in Mississippi. Yes, hanging from a tree. A 21-year-old black male. This is getting no news coverage at all, so here's me bringing it to you. So apparently he was found hanging from a tree, and they are suspecting no foul play, but there are murmurings that his legs were broken. How is there no foul play if his legs were broken? How would he be able to put himself up there if his legs were broken? Mind you, this happened in Mississippi, where most of these things tend to happen. But the crazy thing is that this was on campus. He was a student. Now, it's still under investigation, and obviously all the details are not there, and there's very little news coverage on it. But what do you guys think? Because we know that Mississippi is known for its racism. We know that. We can't let things like this get swept under the rug, because what is going on in the United States? This is not the 1920s. This just does not make any sense. Whoever think that this was self-inflicted, then you are the problem, because you deny the facts that are right in front of you. You deny the details that are right in front of you. This is clearly foul play. Rest in peace to this 21-year-old man, TREY Reed, man. Rest in peace. And we need to get to the bottom of what happened.
I hope everybody that does see my face can look into TREY Reed's murder. The police have found his body hanging at Delta State University, and they want to paint that as a self-inflicted murder. A suicide, if you will. But obviously, if black people suffering with mental health issues are killing themselves, hanging themselves in public is not a usual behavior. Especially not for a campus known for racial issues. I'd come across a video of Trayvon Reed's cousin talking about what had occurred and his own experience on the campus. And so honestly, especially in the wake of recent events, it strikes me so odd how black people day after day can be lynched out in the open and then just left to hang for people to find, come across, watch, ogle, and point at. And it can just be swept under the rug and not discussed at all.
A student was found lynched at Delta State University in Mississippi today. And yet again, they say no foul play. Yet again, a black man is found hanging from a tree in the United States of America, and within hours the police immediately say, yeah, there's no foul play, nothing suspicious about this at all. And by the way, when I found out about this news story, I went and looked at it. Every single article I could find just said, body found on campus, except for one. And that was the clip from the one I just showed you. But yes, today, September 15th, 2025, a black man was found lynched at Delta State University in Mississippi. And the police say, yeah, no, that's not weird or suspicious at all. And all the news outlets just simply say, body found. TREY Reed was 21 years old from Grenada, Mississippi, and he deserves justice and a voice.
A black man was found hanging from a tree in Cleveland, Mississippi at Delta State University. His name was TREY Reed, and he was a 21-year-old college student. And the university police are saying from their initial reports that it looks like it was a self-termination and that there was no foul play, right? Mind you, they don't have the coroner's report yet, so they don't know 100%. Those are the facts of the story. Now, the speculation and all the other stuff is, and there's a video that was circulating, but I believe the family asked for it to be taken down out of respect for TREY Reed and for them during their time of mourning. And there are different people who are saying that this man looked like his legs were broken. He looked like he was beaten, like black and blue. I believe there's a video out there of his cousin saying that he looks like he was beaten. It looks like they're trying to hide something. All of that is speculation, right? But here's my thoughts and opinions on it. As morbid and as tragic and as horrible as self-termination is, I hope that it was self-termination, because if it was, that is straightforward, that is cut and dry, that family can mourn their family member without all the extra stuff, right? However, if this was a group termination done by these people, and I was going to say, like, oh, it's done in the South, so I'm automatically going to give it a side eye. But with the state of the U.S. right now, it could be done anywhere. Black person, rope in tree, I immediately am giving it a side eye. And to me, I'm like, why wasn't it done Like, you know, you never know the thoughts of a person going through that, right? Like, I know mine because I've been there. But, like, why was it not at their house or something like that or whatever? You don't really know the details of that. But if it was a group of doing that, then that's going to amplify the craziness that's going on. And that family is going to be pulled into something that they shouldn't be pulled into. Now, that's just speculation. This could just be a self-termination. There are no other details. We don't have the coroner's report. We don't have the full investigative report. So, just something to be aware of with all the crazy shit that's happening. It's only fucking Monday. But just something to be aware of. If I find more information, I'll let y'all know. But y'all let me know in those comments. What do y'all think is happening?
There are 2 points that I want to make in this video. One, in no world, in no modern world, can I fathom a black man in America purposefully and intentionally harming himself with a rope and a tree. Let me make that very clear. I'm sure by now we've all heard about the student found on Delta State University's campus this morning, and it's incredibly saddening. Condolences to his family, condolences to his friends, condolences to that campus. The second part that I want to make is, as true as that first statement may be, black people are entirely capable of harming themselves and committing suicide. This is coming from a therapist, a clinical mental health therapist, a clinician, an actively practicing clinician, but also someone who was personally affected by suicide. So I don't want us to create a correlation where there is not one. Do I think that he did this to himself? No. Can black people do things to harm themselves? Yes, absolutely they can. And as we're having this conversation, as we're having these conversations, as we're learning new information, because it's still very early, as we're learning new information, I don't want us to then blur the line and again create correlation where there isn't any. I don't want us to further contribute to the stigma, the negative stigma around mental health, particularly in our communities. Let's hold each respective thing true at one time and pray that we get answers, and that family, first and foremost, forget us, but that family gets answers. Again, I can't express enough my condolences to his family, yes, and that community and that campus.
The only reason that they keep saying that when they find a brother hanging from a tree is a suicide is because the motherfuckers who killed him are police. There's always going to be police that kill this motherfucker or kill black men and hang them from trees like the good old boys, like their granddaddies and their fathers did, because it's them who do it and it's them who decide to make it a suicide because they murder them and lynch them and they don't want nobody looking at nothing, even though the bodies are usually mangled, broken, and beaten. It's always the cops. It's always the cops. It's always the fucking cops. I would not be surprised if the people who killed that young man had police ties. Trash.
So a young black body was found in a tree today in Mississippi on Delta University's campus, a fucking college campus. I stated the reason why you are asking for empathy for Mr. fucking Kirk is because of the color of his skin, and I have been proved fucking right. Because why are there no headlines or anyone who went out of their way to talk about the Kirk situation speak about this situation? That's racism, sweetie. That's the shit that I talked about, love. I am done. I am done with you. So many people of this complexion unfollowed me. Goodbye. Look at the fucking mirror. You want us to stop talking about race and racism? Then why does this shit keep happening? And then you don't even talk about it. Like the way you talked about that white man being unalived. Guess what they both have in common? They were both on college campuses. So how come we hear a lot about one and crickets about the other? You know why. I know why. Let's talk about the fucking truth. Miss me with all the empathy and sympathy bullshit. I don't care. And I stand 10 toes fucking down on everything I've said in the last couple of days. And you already know they're trying to rule it off as self-harm. Why have there been so many instances this year of young black bodies found on a tree and they are all labeled as self-harm? Do you not see the fucking pattern? To the Reed family, I don't know what to say to you. This shit should never have happened. Trey Reed. Remember this name. Trey Reed.
Someone with a brain, please explain to me why they're not talking about the 21-year-old black student that was just found hanging at a college campus. 7 a.m. Monday morning, a student found an African-American 21-year-old hanging from a tree at Delta State University. ESU has canceled classes and all campus activity after the discovery of the student's body was found near the center of campus. Authorities said the 21-year-old Trey Reed of 𝘎𝙪♺ was found hanging from a tree near the university's pickleball court. Fellow African-American students are requesting to know what happened. Because I am a black student, hearing that happened to another black student, it really makes me feel unsafe. Another student was quoted saying, "I have to walk to class and I have to walk down the track. It would be nice to know what actually happened." Student's family is begging for transparency. Please do your own research on this. Do not let them sweep anything under the rug. Enough is enough. But no further information has been given. An initial report saying that he had a broken leg, they will not back any of that information up. So what actually happens to the black student they found hanging this morning at a university campus?
A 21-year-old black student was found hanging from a tree on his college campus this morning in Cleveland, Mississippi. And while they're trying to say that this was a self-termination, other witnesses are saying that his legs appeared to be broken and his body was beaten black and blue. And I just find this awfully strange because it was just 4 days ago that multiple black universities were on lockdown due to multiple threats. And we have a president in office who finds even mentioning how terrible slavery was is so offensive that he has now ordered the removal of signs and exhibits related to slavery. My heart goes out to his family, and I hope that they find justice, because it is so scary for some people in this country, because it's like you have to worry about people's opinions now as if they don't affect or have consequences on marginalized people.
Did y'all hear about the boy Trey Reed that was hanging from the tree at Delta State? Girl, you know I'm finna speak on it. They found the boy deceased from hanging from a tree yesterday. And today, they want to say it's self-inflicted. Bitch. Ho. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all fooling? So you telling me a boy just leave class, walk up to a tree, and just unalive himself? Girl, you could tell that to a bitch that don't know no better. We all know it got something to do with the issue with Charlie Kirk. Y'all made the threads. Now shit getting real. And I would hate to have to wake some shit up. Would hate. Like, nobody had nothing to do with that Charlie Kirk but people. It was a person. Girl, please.
The one thing that they're not mentioning is that his arms and his legs were broken. They found him with his arms and his legs broken, strange fruited from a tree. And this happened 3 days after Charlie Kirk passed away. And all the far-right Trump supporters said that they want to take their country back and fight against everybody. After a far-right racist white man unalived another far-right racist white man, a black man gets dealt the consequences for it. And we're worried about having people lose their jobs because they had their opinion about a racist white man that died. Meanwhile, we're still getting strange fruited for existing. Our HBCUs are getting threatened to get boomed for existing. This political climate, man.
Okay, so the incident that happened with TREY Reed at Delta State University, right? So I have a lot of questions. We know this had to happen at night or in the wee hours at the time where people are asleep. Either this was planned or he was being followed or he was set up to be at a certain location and meet some people and they set him up. So somebody found him like the next day, right? So it had to be a staff. So they reported it and the police came, right? From what I heard was that he had 2 broken legs. So if they saying that this is not foul play, what happened with him having 2 broken legs? And I'm not gonna say the word, but he was from the tree. So y'all let me know. I have a lot of questions and I need answers. Like, what happened? You know this had to be done in the wee hours of sometime of midnight where people are asleep or too many people not around, because y'all not gonna do this at daylight. Like, what? What happened? Y'all let me know in the comments. And this is nothing harmful. This is for educational purposes. You're more than welcome to look up this information on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Google. Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all let me know in the comments. I'ma call y'all later.
First off, condolences to TREY Reed's family and friends. Black male was found hanging from a tree at a predominantly white college in Mississippi, and mainstream media does not even mention his name. Justice for TREY Reed. The chief of police has ruled this as self-inflicted. We all know that this nation's history and hanging from trees is not something we would do. History shows us this. April 2nd, 1937. Lynchings end 15-month record in Mississippi. Nothing new. They used to have gatherings and watches be hung.
I'm so mad. In case that you haven't had this come down your timeline, TREY Reed, Delta State University. An African-American man was found hanging from a tree on a college campus in Mississippi, and no foul play is suspected. I have chills. Like, I cannot fathom why this is the world we live in. No foul play is suspected, and a black man was found hanging from a tree on a Mississippi college campus. Y'all better get just as mad as you have been about everything else as you do about this.
Update on the TREY situation. So basically, they're trying to say that there was no foul play. He did it to himself. But I'm trying to sit here and figure out, and I did research. I even got on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT wouldn't give me a direct answer, so I asked for a short answer. Can you, like, just do that to yourself from a tree? And the short answer was no. So, take that how you want it. 2, they saying they're not, like, saying anything about the body and stuff until after the autopsy, and they're still investigating, but they're trying to say there's no foul play. If there's no foul play, you should be able to tell right then and there. 2, why are you speaking now? It feels like you're doing this for a PR stunt to try to go ahead and cover it up ahead of time. I pray that this whole situation just be brought to justice and what happened actually comes forth to the light. And again, prayers to his family. Everybody, prayers to this family.